What's up, guys? It's Tim, and yeah, today we're back. We're doing more Witchwood reviews. I missed a day yesterday, so I'm going to be covering a lot more today. Today's Friday. Hopefully this video goes up today. If not, we'll see when it goes up. So let's start with the newest cards first. The first card up is Cursed Castaway. This is a 6-mana 5/3 pirate rare from Rogue, and has Rush and the Death Rattle. Draw a combo card from your deck. People are liking it, people are not liking it. To me, I see it as a Starfire with a draw potential. I guess Starfire that only hits minions. It's probably not going to survive a hit because it's a 5/3, and so drawing a combo card is going to be the best thing about this, as far as it being a Death Rattle. So it'll be decent in Arena with those synergies, like with the Spellstone, for instance, that you're not going to run in Constructed. The combo card you're probably going to draw is Elven Minstrel. Maybe some kind of Jade card if you're running that, or SI7 Agent actually as well. There's some good combo pieces that you could potentially get. I don't know if this will fit in any Pirate Rogue deck. I don't know if the Pirate tag matters too much, but a 5 charge kind of ability that hits a minion could be decent board clear in that sense. So let's move on. The next card up is Lady in White. Lady in White is a 6-mana 5/5 priest legendary card with the battle cry, cast Inner Fire on all minions in your deck, which means change their attack to be equal to their health. This card is going to be really good in certain decks. I think there's so many defensive cards that if you buff their attack to their health, it'll be crazy. Like, let's go with Tar Creeper, Obsidian Statue. I'd say Dragonhead Operative, but that's not too big a difference, and I think it's rotating out. But many defensive cards like those, Plated Beetle even, like all these cards become so much better, just more health than attack. So I think it's going to be a very good card. I would not sleep on this card. I don't think it's a must craft at the same time, but I think it's definitely worth looking at closer. In Arena, 6-mana 5/5 is like meh. The battle cry is not going to always help you in Arena because sometimes you want more health and sometimes you'll have more attack. Sorry, I meant attack. Sometimes you'll have more attack than health in Arena for certain cards. So Arena's not going to be as good. Let's move on. The next card up is Black Howl Gun Turret. This is a 7-mana 3/8 warrior legendary. It says can't attack, and whenever this takes damage, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. This is interesting. It doesn't have taunt, which I don't like. I think if it had taunt, it'd be pretty good. 3 damage is a lot. However, you're forgetting, I guess, or just don't forget the fact that warrior can deal damage to its own things. So whirlwinds, what's it called? Blood Razor, the new Grommash hero power, like Warpath, the new Echo card. This can potentially do a lot of damage. It's kind of like a reverse Bittertide Hydra, where every time it takes damage, they take face damage as opposed to you. And A health is a lot. It's not going to be an offensive card, I think, and it's going to require a lot of cards to pair with it. However, if it survives a turn on the board, this could be pretty hard to come back from. Let's keep going on to the new Rogue card. This is Cheap Shot, a 2-mana Rogue spell, common Echo, deal 2 damage to a minion. So, turn 2, deal 2 damage, that's fine. 4, deal 4 damage, that's fine. 6, deal 6 damage, you kind of want to do better than that. Flame Lance at 5 does 8, and 10 does 10 to a minion. That's probably okay. So Rogue is I don't know if it really needs this card. I think it's more interesting in Hunter or something, especially because it's called a shot, all those other shots. I'm forgetting them now. Explosive Shot, I forget the rest. But I know Hunter has most of the shot cards. It's okay. We'll see. Maybe in Miracle it could go into. But yeah, it's interesting but not game breaking. Speaking of interesting but not game breaking, we have the next card, Paladin card, 2-mana Sound the Bells common. Echo, give 1/1/2 to a minion. This card's like that Paladin spell, the 1/2. I'm forgetting its name right now. But yeah, it's give 1/2 to a minion for 1 mana, and this card is just 1 mana more, but you can keep doing it. At 4 mana, it's not as good as Blessing of Kings. At 6 mana, it's not as good as Spikeridge Steed. I mean, like, it's good for the Paladin quest, but I don't think it's going to be good. It's just like, it's like versatile. That's the cards about Echo. They're versatile, but they're not like good on their own. So it's going to be helpful in certain areas. I guess it's versatile in the fact that you can give it to multiple minions and just buff up your whole board on like turn 10. That's pretty good. But that's assuming you already have multiple minions, and on turn 10, if you have that, you're probably going to win anyway. Let's move on to Ravencaller. This is a 3-mana 2/1 neutral common that reads, Battlecry, add 2 random 1-cost minions to your hand. This is better than people think. People think that just because it's a 3-mana 2/1, it's not going to survive on the board. It's not going to make favorable trades against people's like 3/4s and 3/3s. But 2 1-cost minions, you could get Babbling Book, you could get Mana Worm, Flame Imp. You can get a lot of good things that will help you in situations. Obviously, you can get a lot of crap at the same time. You can get a bunch of 1/1s that do nothing, a bunch of, I don't know, it's like 0/2s that do nothing. But this card has potential. Obviously, it's not going to see constructed play, but in Arena, it'll be pretty fun, and it could help you a lot in Arena, honestly. All right, moving on to Emeriss, the 10-mana 8/8 Hunter Legendary Dragon. Battlecry, double the attack and health of all minions in your hand. I wish this card was good, but at 10 mana, it's way too slow, especially for Hunter. Hunter's whole point is to finish the game by turn 10, I feel like. Maybe like turn 15, turn 12 at the latest, but like, yeah, it's like cool. It's got good potential, like the Leroy faceless, like 24 damage for the face. That's cool, but it's too slow. I guess if you had those 2 cards and this in your hand, and you played it, I guess you pretty much win next turn, assuming they spend all their things to kill this. It's kind of a win more card. It's kind of a meme card. I think there'll be fun highlight moments when this card just like changes the game. You draw it, you play it, and then the next turn you just like win, which is good. But I just don't think it's gonna like fit anywhere right now. I mean, there's obviously there's cool like synergies like King Crush. I don't know, other charge things like Leroy, like I said, and it's attack and health for minions. But it's only for your hand. I don't know. What if your hand's empty? You know, so. I don't know if it's going to see too much constructed play. I think it'll definitely be tried because it just looks so fun. So let's move on to Darius Crowley, a 5-mana 4/4 warrior legendary with Rush. And whenever this attacks and kills a minion, gain +2/+2. We've seen this ability from the Boogie Monster before, so that's cool. I think it's too weak, honestly. 4/4 with Rush is like, that's fine. And you know, its ability is good. It's better than not having the ability, but 4/4 isn't. It's just too weak. If it was 4/5, it could survive hitting a bunch of 4/4s or 3/4s and stuff like that. Well, I guess it survives 3/4s, but it's at 5 mana. It's too expensive. I think 4 mana would be kind of broken, honestly. So I guess they had to do it at 5 mana. But at 5 mana, I'd want it to be, I don't know, maybe a 5/4 then. But 4/4 is just too weak. It's not going to see actual competitive play. It'll be tested, obviously. In Arena, it'll be fine, but I don't think it'll fit into any deck. Let's move on to Coffin Crasher, a 6-mana 6/5 priest rare card with Death Rattle. Summon a Death Rattle minion from your hand. Priest didn't really need this card, but this is going to make Priest even better than it already is. It's kind of, so it's like the Bone Drake stat line, except it summons something from your hand as opposed to giving something to your hand. So if you're holding a Bone Drake, it summons a Bone Drake as opposed to giving you a Bone Drake. That's pretty insane. Granted, you have to be holding a Death Rattle minion when this dies, and the Death Rattle minion you're holding might not be like impressive, but this card's pretty crazy. I think it'll see play in most decks. Obviously, you have to have Death Rattle synergy in your Priest deck. N'Zoth is rotating out, so that kind of sucks for Priest. Death Rattle actually, and you could get, a ton of value from this. You could play the 6-drop. They could trade their whole turn into it, and then you'd have like an obsidian statue, for instance, and then you just snowball from there and win. So this card is pretty bonkers. Definitely something to watch out for. Next up is a neutral card, 5 mana 4/4 Clockwork Automation, a 5 mana 4/4 mech neutral common. Double the damage and healing of your hero power. Obviously, stats are not what you want. You want a 5/5, 5/6 at least. So its ability's got to be good. The ability is pretty good. Double the damage and healing of your hero power. Obviously, gonna be played in certain decks. Probably Hunter, Mage, Druid, Priest, maybe something like that. We'll see which deck actually fits, or which class it actually fits into. This card is gonna be pretty good. I don't like the stats, obviously, and for that it might not see play for real, like in an actual ladder system when everything's established. But 5 mana is kind of expensive for this kind of ability, so we'll see. It's definitely got potential though. Moving on to Black Walled Pixie, a 3 mana 3/4 neutral common. Refresh your hero power. 3 mana 3/4 is good enough as it is. The ability is just a bonus. I don't know how good the ability is going to be. It's only useful on turn 7, because you can hero power, play this, hero power again. I guess in late game top deck situations in arena, it's going to be good. Maybe like Anduin. I don't know. I don't really see the potential in this. Besides, it's got good stats, so that's good. Let's keep going. Onto Vex Crow. This was getting back into a few days now because I missed a few days, but it's a 4 mana 3/3 Mage Beast common. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random 2-cost minion. This is pretty good. This is Violet Teacher with less health, but a bigger payoff when you cast a spell, because a 2-cost minion on average is going to be better than a 1/1, and the ability is the same whenever you cast a spell. Definitely a good card. I can see it in running in like Tempo Mage or some kind of quick spell mage, like with Flame Wakers from back in the day. It could be one of those kind of decks again, and I really like that deck, so I can see you pairing this with like Arcane Missiles, getting a 2/3, and then maybe play a taunt next to it, and then next turn you cast like a Fireball, and then you get another 2/2, and it just snowballs out of control. So definitely an interesting card. Next up is Scale Worm, a 4 mana 4/4 neutral rare beast. Battle Cry: if you're holding a dragon, gain +1 attack and rush. So it'll be a 5/4 hit a minion for free. Obviously, only going to run in dragon decks. I don't know who's going to run dragon decks. Dragonid Operative's gone, so I guess, I don't know. I mean, Priest might still survive just because like Dustbreaker's good, and like what else is good? I think Netherspite Historian's leaving too. Yeah, I don't know who's going to run dragon decks anymore, but even with the ability 5/4 rush, I don't know if I'd play it, honestly. Interesting, but not game breaking. So let's move on to Wanted, a 4 mana rogue epic spell. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, add a coin to your hand. 4 damage to deal 4 mana to deal 3 damage is not good. You want to deal 6 damage, and the fact that it's only a minion, that's even worse. If it kills, add a coin to your hand. That's not much of a payoff, in my opinion. You can get coins kind of anywhere. Not anywhere, but I mean, like Gilded Gargoyle, Hungry Dragon. It's not Hungry Dragon. It's a Hoarding Dragon. Burgly Bully. Like, there's easier ways to get coins if you really needed a coin. And I mean, I don't know. I don't like this card. I don't think it's actually going to see play. Let's go on to, I believe, the last card that we have to review. So it is the Forest Guide, a Druid rare 4 mana card. At the end of your turn, both players draw a card. Kind of the replacement to the Murloc that we lost, Cold Light Oracle. 4 mana 1/6 is good stats, so it'll probably stick around, especially on turn 4, unless they have like a Fireball or like a Shadow Word Pain. They're probably not going to kill this right away, and I don't think they want to, because both players benefit from this. I think the Witchwood is really promoting Hand Druid, especially with all those like Apple Witchwood cards from before and those Wisp cards. So we'll see if that takes off. You're gonna play your Mountain Giants and Twilight Drakes in there. This card on itself is not good, obviously, because it's a 1/6 that doesn't benefit you. It benefits both, and cards that benefit both aren't generally good on their own. Like if you play Corelight Oracle without any like plan, it's bad. So you obviously have to play this with a plan, and we'll see if it's gonna end up somewhere. I don't personally like it. I probably wouldn't play it in a deck even with a mill plan or like a hand buff plan. I just don't favor those kind of decks. And that's actually going to be it for this review. Went through a lot of cards. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all caught up, and I'll be doing more reviews as they come out. They might not be like as on time as they could be, but I will get around to it when I can. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next reviews, and I'll see you later. Peace.